What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Pro. Welcome back to a brand new video, and we are here to preview Game 2 of the Miami Heat versus the New York Knicks series, which is tomorrow. And apologies for not getting a reaction video out for Game 1. I was very busy with finals, so bear with me for that. But I will be putting out previews and recaps kind of in the same type of video. So I'll be going over a little bit of what I saw in Game 1 in this video as well, because I don't really get to talk about it after Game 1 ended. Obviously, great win by the Heat. You know, very impressed by the win going into New York. We're now 5-1 since the playoffs have started, which is, you know, extremely impressive. And sorry, I think we're we are 5-1. Yeah, 6-1 since the play-in. So yeah, man, I'm so excited. I'm so impressed by this team, the resilience that they show. Now, obviously, tomorrow's game is going to be very difficult. We do not really know Jimmy Butler's status right now, and tomorrow we'll know before the game, I guess. But yeah, man, tomorrow is another road game in New York, so we're gonna have to come with our A game and be prepared. Now, obviously, some stuff that I saw in the game are as follows. Now, I was tweeting during this game a little bit, and in the beginning, obviously, the Knicks made their run in the first quarter. They had their run where they were scoring a lot of transition opportunities, points in the paint, a lot of scores off of our misses. You know, we were chucking up a lot of threes and missing a lot of threes, and obviously, a lot of people didn't really expect us to shoot as well as we did against the Bucks in this series, and we didn't. We only shot 33% in this game, which is not that great, but we were still able to win, which is why I'm very confident with this whole series in general. I think the Bucks and the Knicks are two completely different teams. Now, the Knicks obviously don't have the firepower that the Bucks have, like not even close, but they play a lot harder and they play a lot more physical, which is why the rebound battle, like I said before the series started, was going to be huge. Now, obviously, I think even though the Knicks did out-rebound us totally, I still think that we did a pretty good job on the glass. And you got to give Bam Adebayo a lot of credit. Now, obviously, a lot of people are not going to look at his, production and think like he had a crazy good game. But if you look at a lot of advanced stats and stuff like that, Bam had 12 box outs, which was like most by far on this team. Like, I think the second most was like Jimmy with 4 or something like that. Like, he was crazy. He was Mitchell Robinson, who was an extremely big factor in that Cleveland Cavaliers series. I mean, he did have 14 rebounds, but it wasn't like he was making his presence felt all the time offensively. You know, a lot of the rebounds that will hurt us are the offensive rebounds. Now, if they get defensive rebounds, that's fine. But they only had 2 more offensive rebounds than we did, which I think is a very good sign. Now, obviously, a big reason for that is because Julius Randle was not playing this game. So with him out there, obviously, like, the rebounding battle might look a little different because he's a lot bigger than Obi Toppin. But I still think that we did a really good job on the glass. I think you got to give a lot of Heat players credit. Jimmy, the ankle injury, we don't really know how severe it is. It looked pretty bad when he went down. He was able to walk it off and still play in the game, but he was very limited, as we all could tell. Obviously, like, he's able to walk and stuff, so I don't think it's that serious. Like, hopefully he can play Game 2. If he doesn't, he can rest until Saturday, so it's still like a good sign. But you would want him to play Game 2. You'd want to take care of business and go up 2-0, especially on the road, so that when you go home, you can clean up home court. And yeah, I mean, like, going up 2-0 on the road is absolutely huge, and that can basically end the series, to be honest. Like, if you go 2-0 up on the road, going back home, you'll at least win a game at home, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, worst case, we would go up 3 games after our home trip, like going up 2-0 in New York. So I think that going up 2-0 is going to be huge. A lot of people might not think so. They might just be like, sit Jimmy. Now, we could sit Jimmy. We don't know. Maybe this team is confident we would win without him, and we are. I think we could win this game and this series potentially without Jimmy, because I don't think the Knicks pose that much of a threat offensively. As far as, you know, the Bucks were a lot more potent offensively than the Knicks. So I think that we could still win a game or two, or even the series without Jimmy, but you would obviously want him to play. But we'll see. His status for tomorrow is still up in the air. I do want to give a lot of other guys shout outs. Shout out to Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry, both our point guards, man. They came up to play. They were huge tonight, last night. Especially Kyle, man. Kyle was huge. You know, a lot of the things that Kyle was doing in the fourth quarter with Jimmy being hampered was honestly, like, he kind of put us on his back, and that's what great players do. And he is a great player, you know, even though he hasn't been that great in the Heat uniform throughout his 2 years here. But when it matters the most, he did step up, and you do have to give him a lot of credit for that. Now, hopefully he can do it for the rest of the series, but you got to give huge props to Kyle Gabe for hitting open shots, man. Gabe was huge last night. Caleb in the fourth, I thought was also huge. We had contributions from everyone basically, except for like Duncan and Max. K Love with his outlet passes, man. Thing of beauty with Aaron Rodgers in the building. Yeah, it was a very complete team effort. Defensively, I thought we were good as well. Now, Brunson and Barrett did have their moments, but we made the Knicks a three-point shooting team, and that's something that they're not good at. They didn't really shoot well in the regular season. They didn't shoot well against the Cavs. They're not a good three-point shooting team, and that's something that we exploited in the second half. We baited them to take a lot of threes, and they were missing. And Barrett's not the best three-point shooter. Neither is Toppin, Robinson, Hart, Brunson. Like, a lot of these guys do their damage in the paint. Their best three-point shooter, Quentin Grimes, only played 10 minutes. So, I mean, we're feeling pretty good there if we can just dare the Knicks into shooting as many threes as possible. You got to take away something. You got to take away something, and we did take away the threes. I mean, the paint, and baited them into shooting a lot of threes, and that really, paid off for us because, like I said, they're not the best three-point shooting team, and I guess that's going to be the strategy going forward. If Thibodeau is not going to play his best three-point shooters like Fournier and Grimes, a lot of these other guys we can dare. Even Randall coming back is not the best three-point shooter. So I think the game plan will be very similar, is to dare the Knicks into beating us from the three-point line. Now, obviously, Jimmy's health is a big question mark. If he's on the floor, they might go at him knowing that he's not 100%. But I believe he can still hold his own. He's a very competent, great defender. But yeah, man, anyways, I think that, tomorrow's game is going to be very crucial. Obviously, can't take our foot off the gas pedal just because we're up 1-0. This is a very gritty team, and they do have a lot more heart and fight than the Bucks. This isn't Budenholzer coaching this team. So, yeah, Thibodeau is going to have something up his sleeve probably, but I think Spoelstra is going to come out and, kind of stick to the game plan about daring the Knicks to beat us from the three-point line and not allowing to get into the paint, and I think that game plan will work. Now, obviously, they might have a game where they're knocking down their threes, but I don't think it's sustainable for them because they're just not a good three-point shooting team. They don't even have like the shooters like we do who can, knock threes down. So if it turns into a shootout, I'm going with our shooters over theirs 100%. So, yeah, man, I think that's going to be the end of the video. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts. Let me know your predictions for tomorrow, and go Heat, man. I'll see y'all later as always. Have a nice day. Peace.